we are recording.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Now that I've figured it out. But, yep. Welcome to the Let's Talk podcast. Yes, I know that's like a very generic name or whatever, but I didn't want it to be like too extravagant because I literally just wanted it to be able to talk about, whatever with my friends.
Monkeys talk.
Yeah, monkey. But anyway, this is my friend Sterling.
What's up, y'all?
Y'all. Um, and yeah, um, I kind of wanted to start with like asking you like what you've been up to lately because I feel like we haven't really here lately. I don't think we've really talked that much other than like last night whenever I asked you if you wanted to do this.
I've been grinding streams out a lot recently, especially like these past couple weeks.
Mm. Yeah, like I was talking to you about this. I'd love to be able to stream, but all I have right now, like I said, was is my PlayStation, which only goes up to like 720. It doesn't even go to 80 or 1080. It doesn't do that. It doesn't go that high.
My monitor doesn't necessarily do that with streaming.
Yeah. Well, and
I-
it's probably my TV to be honest, because my TV is an older TV. Like my not okay, so not Trinity's dad, but my dad had that TV. Like my biological dad had that TV. So,
like my TV downstairs is pretty old. If I decided to like stream off my Xbox,
mm, so it might be that might be what it is. Honestly, it might be because my TV is I. I don't know. I'm not 100%. Like, I'm tech savvy, but I'm not that tech savvy to know if that's what's causing it.
he's tech monkey.
Yeah, tech monkey. But, so, that's pretty much what you've been up to, streaming and stuff?
Yeah, just trying to grow my Twitch.
Yeah, I. It's funny because I was listening to another podcast, a new podcast that I've been listening to called the Goons podcast, and they were saying that like Twitch has one of the like I guess as far as they were talking about recommended stuff, like the algorithm isn't as good on Twitch because they'll just give you random stuff. But that was
Yeah, it's not the best.
yeah, because that was back in 2020. But I mean, I feel like it still applies though.
I feel like unless you get someone like Queso, something of that like blew up overnight,
Yeah,
you have to have like a constant viewership per stream
yeah,
to actually make good money.
yeah. That is true. Yeah, to have like a constant viewership or whatever, that definitely would help.
Yeah, like for example, again, I'm gonna use Queso. He has like 60 something thousand per stream.
Wow, that's not bad. Didn't he win the streamer awards or whatever?
Yeah, he did.
That's kind of cool. I think Jacksepticeye even like congratulated him or whatever, and Queso saw it and was like geeking out over it.
I mean, like he deserved it, man. He worked his ass off,
Yeah,
and
I mean,
also like the way it's like what he brings to the table. He just does not give a flying hell if he gets insulted.
yeah, I've seen people make like compilations of that on YouTube or whatever of people like insulting him or like his reactions to stuff like that. I've seen a lot of TikToks about that too.
I've seen a lot of that with like him and Jinxie.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna say, as far as me, I've just been working, per usual, and
Yeah.
I don't know. I've been as far as stuff that I do in my free time, I've been watching a lot of Smitty, a lot of YouTube, which is ironic considering that I could have spent that time making YouTube stuff. Which I'm actually putting
Yeah.
together a best of 2024, which I probably should have done in December, like you said, but I was kind of worn out on it, so that's why I wasn't uploading for like a month or two because I wore myself out on it, doing it every day, spending every like waking moment editing, getting frustrated at my app because it kept crashing. Because I don't have a PC like the big man on the other end of this call. I got a phone. That's what I use to edit my videos. So a lot of people are gonna be like, "What? You use your phone to edit videos?"
Like, you could also just send videos to me and I can help you edit them.
That's true. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
Just like watch the video and just tell me what you want me to take out.
I mean, as far as editing, my editing style, I really like, the videos where they do like a bunch of goofy sound effects and all that, because that's what I do with mine.
I got you with that. I have a whole soundboard.
Oh yeah, I know. Yeah, don't you have a soundboard on your Discord server?
Yes, I do.
That's actually funny because that's actually what I had for breakfast. I had Reese's Puffs.
Nice.
Yeah, I bought a whole box. So funny story about that.
Hello.
Oh. I was at work and I had like a thing. I bought a thing of Reese's, and then that song popped in my head, and I'm like, God damn it! Now I want Reese's Puffs. So whenever we went grocery shopping the other day, I got me a box of Reese's Puffs because I was craving them.
Reese's Puffs. Eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up.
Oh my god! And do you watch Demon Slayer?
I'm not.
So there's like a short clip. I'll have to find it and send it to you. But it's like showing the personalities of the characters on the show, and it's so accurate if you've watched the show. And then there's like one part where Inosuke, the guy with like the boar head, is like dancing or whatever, and he's like, Reese's Puffs, eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, Reese's Puffs, eat 'em up, beat 'em up, beat 'em up, and then he throws like something at the other character. It's because he's known for his temper, like on that show. If you watch it, he has a pretty bad temper. Even when like he's introduced, he has a pretty bad temper, but it's definitely enjoyable. Speaking of Demon Slayer, I am so like excited for the movies that are coming out this year. That's gonna be epic. Oh yeah, no, like the last part is so intense. So I've read the manga. I've had the manga since like, oh god, before Swordsmith Village came out. So, and I think that was 2023. So I've had my manga since 2022.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I think it was like my birthday or Christmas. I think it was the entire, like, because it was a box set, and it was bought for me. So yeah, I binged that shit in like a week. Like it took me a week to read. Because I mean, you figure manga isn't as long of a read because it's mainly just pictures. So it doesn't take long to read through manga. So, but suffice to say, I know the beginning and ending of the series, and yeah, I was excited to see, because whenever Swordsmith Village Art came out, I had already read the manga, so I kind of knew what to expect, but I didn't know how they were going to bring it to the show or whatever, because some people like to alter it a little bit. But Demon Slayer, I don't know. Demon Slayer, I think they've had like a few instances where they kind of veered away from the like there's been a couple things that have been different. But other than that, they pretty much stick to the source material, which I think is really great, considering a lot of people were disappointed with the second season of Tokyo Ghoul because it was completely different than what was in the manga. But yeah, that's something that I've been that I'm excited for, is that because the last arc of Demon Slayer, I don't blame them for doing 3 movies either, just because there's so much stuff packed into the last arc of that there's no way they can make it in one season. because it takes up volumes 16 to 23 is the last arc. So, that you still there? Oh yeah, you are. Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you to finish talking.
Yeah, sorry, I've been kind of yapping.
Okay.
Yeah, and then music wise, I've actually been revisiting Papa Roach. Their one song, No Matter What, has kind of been stuck in my head, so I revisited my playlist that I have of their songs. Starset too. They're which granted, I listened to like one song of them, but My Demons. I've heard that one before, but then I started getting into more of their stuff. Like their new songs that they've been putting out are pretty good. So yeah. Anyway, so now that we're done talking about that, um, unless if there's something else anything else that you wanted to like talk about or anything.
There isn't anything specific.
Not anything really specific.
Yeah.
Yeah. So first off, because I had thought about it earlier, but I didn't really bring it up or anything. Actually, the TikTok thing or whatever made me think of like what are your thoughts on like the ban or whatever?
I didn't give a shit. I didn't have TikTok.
Yeah.
I don't really care that it got banned and that Elon Musk bought it out.
Oh, he bought it out?
Yeah, big shocker. Elon Musk.
Yeah, that's not a fucking shock. He bought Twitter. I mean, like, and completely rebranded it. I mean, it's still toxic as fuck, but, you know.
He's probably gonna just rebrand TikTok.
Which is so dumb because, I mean, and it was like, I've talked to this with my mom, and like, my mom, and Trinity have all been like, talking about this, like, where Facebook and Instagram are, in my opinion, so much worse because you don't even have to search anything or whatever. You just have to say it. And not even a day later, you get ads for whatever you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, what? And it's like the one episode of the podcast that I was listening to yesterday, they were kind of saying the same thing where it's like, you know, they ignore the fact that, you know, things like Facebook and Instagram and stuff like that steal your data. But as soon as it's not an American company, all of a sudden it's not okay. But I also understand the point where it's China and they're like a lot different than what our government is.
It's China versus Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah. I don't know. Honestly, don't know which one I would rather because at least with TikTok, it's like you search stuff and it gives you an algorithm. I haven't really had the instance where you talk about something and it shows up. I've definitely had that with Instagram.
I haven't had that instance before.
You haven't?
No.
Yeah,
that's because I don't really talk much on it. So all I really do is scroll through reels because I'm bored.
Well, I mean, I will occasionally look at posts from people that I follow because I follow a lot of like YouTubers and stuff.
Yeah.
But like for an instance, oh god, we were talking about something about skull candy. My mom and I were, and you know, we were saying like, oh, you know, this, that, or whatever about skull candy. Dude, the next fucking day, I was scrolling, like I said, I was scrolling through like posts or whatever, and sure as shit, there was an ad for skull candy earbuds and stuff. Like, that happens a lot to me, where I'll be talking about something, or we'll be talking about something, and I'm not even like on my phone or anything. Like, it's just like, it's not even open. Like, Instagram isn't even open, and I get an ad for something we were talking about.
Oh.
So, yeah, and it's kind of scary because it's like, if they can hear that, then God knows what else they hear. It's like, who's to say that they aren't gonna, hear something personal and private and they can, put that out in the public, which granted, I don't know why they would want to, but it's still something that could happen.
Yeah.
But, yeah. So, I mean, as far as the aspect of it being like, there are some platforms that are way worse with the privacy thing, I think it's kind of shitty what's happening to TikTok, but on the other hand, I kind of understand the same thing where, like, China is, like, communist, I guess.
Yes, they are still indeed communists.
Yeah, so, and our government is not. We're like a democracy. Well, we say we're a democracy, but sometimes it doesn't always feel that way. I don't know. But I mean, they do. I mean, I will give it one thing where they do. The people do decide. So that's good. But yeah, there's that out of the way. So I don't really have like a list of topics or anything because this was very last minute. I feel like. And
It was.
It was very last minute. Just because, dude, I was so frustrated yesterday. So last night I was trying to record a video of like Lethal Company or whatever, and my freaking mic was not working, which is so bizarre because it was just working whenever I did another recording, and I was like, I'm done with it, and I wanted to do something. So I hit you up and I was like, hey, are you available tomorrow? Want to do a podcast episode? So,
Yeah.
but he's my best friend, so he was like, hell yeah, brother.
I just needed to know all the info first.
Yeah. Well, and I kind of told him, I was like, I don't really have a specific thing that I want to talk about, just kind of whatever. And you were like, I'm down for that.
I was talking on stream about it, actually.
I have to go see that. Yeah, you told me that you were streaming, and I was like, oh shit, I did not mean to interrupt his stream.
All good. All good.
Yeah, so hopefully that didn't mess you up too bad.
You didn't.
Okay.
There were parts where I just needed to take a break from playing Minecraft.
Yeah, that's what I saw, was that the first stream it was Minecraft or whatever, and you were trying to get it to work and stuff.
I was trying to get it to work all three. Sometimes my stream just has a problem and decides to go crash.
Yeah, isn't that partially because of your internet? Like, your internet's kind of iffy sometimes?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel that, because sometimes our internet...
If I had an Ethernet cord, it would be a lot better.
Oh, you don't have an Ethernet cord?
Currently, my mom is the only one here with an Ethernet cord.
Well, that's kind of... I don't know. Especially...
Well, she works for...
Bless you.
Oh, shit. But she works for the hospital, so it's understandable.
Yeah, I mean, I get it too. My mom also works for the hospital, but we all have, well, I guess it's technically me, my mom, and then some of the stuff in the living room have an Ethernet cord. Granted, I share mine between my two consoles, my Xbox and my PlayStation. I share mine. Like, if I'm playing on one, I'll switch it over.
Yeah, I wish I was able to,
Yeah.
I kind of wish I was able to use it.
Yeah. Because a wired connection is so much faster than a wireless connection.
Yeah, that's why it's crashing my stream so much.
Yeah.
Mom, I need an Ethernet cable. No, you don't. You have a Wi-Fi adapter. Use it.
My question, is it because they know you're using it for streaming and they don't really care about that?
I honestly don't have an answer to that. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, because my mom doesn't really care. She's just like, as long as you do, responsibilities and what you're supposed to do, I don't care. Because she games too. My mom has a Switch and a PlayStation that she plays on, so she doesn't really care about that.
Yeah.
Dude, she was even open to the fact of me being a professional streamer. She was like, if that's what you want to do, go for it, but keep in mind that you have other responsibilities and stuff too. And I was like, I just remember thinking whenever she said that, I was like, damn, I am lucky.
I mean, like, I finally got my mom on board with it.
Yeah. I mean, and like I said, I would love to do that. I just, don't have the audience right now, and I need to find a way to build my audience, which is gonna.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, and the hard part is also getting good quality videos and something that works. Cause, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, if I want to do stuff like that, I'm definitely gonna need a PC or at least a laptop, at least. It's like something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You gotta screen capture your game.
Yeah, I do. I really do. It's like on the Steam Deck, I have to do a game recording, which is fine or whatever, because even doing that is better than the quality on my frickin' PlayStation streams.
Well, yeah, the Steam Deck is built like 1080 by 1920, I think.
Yeah.
In res.
Yep, it definitely has a better resolution.
And your refresh rate is probably a hell of a lot better too.
Oh yeah, it is. I mean, I'm sure if I had the balls to buy a PS5, it might be different, but it's like, I don't know.
I wouldn't buy it. They're already making the 6 this year, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Jesus. They're also making a Nintendo Switch 2, I think.
They're making the Xbox Prime as well.
Oh my god, they just coming out with a whole bunch of shit. But I mean, to be fair, I think the last time, wasn't that like in 2020 whenever the 5 came out and the Series X?
Damn, has it really been that long?
Yep, it has been, and it's currently 2025, so it's been about 5 years.
It does not feel like it's been that long.
I know. Dude, COVID, oh my god. That year sucked. I think for everybody. Actually.
Dude, I got stuck in military school.
Yeah. Speaking of...
I wasn't allowed to...
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I was going to say, speaking of which, that was actually the first thing I wanted to talk about, just because, we know, but not everybody else knows, that, like, you and I have known each other since 6th grade, which is a long time.
Yeah. That feels weird.
I know, it does feel weird. But even knowing each other that long, we didn't go to high school together because we were at 2 separate high schools.
Well, technically 2 separate middle schools, too.
Oh, yeah, that's true, because it was in, 8th grade? End of 7th grade?
I left at end of 7th grade.
Yeah, and then all of 8th grade. I forgot about that, yeah. So we didn't even get to finish middle school together.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. We just had 2 years in school, and that was it.
Fuck you, Jonathan Farringer.
But, yeah, that was actually something I wanted to talk about, was, like, I don't know, I guess high school experiences, because I feel like we've had 2 completely different experiences, especially with you being in military school, because that's completely different than regular high school.
Believe it or not, it's not really that different.
Oh, really?
The only difference is, like, it's JROTC and you're forced to play a sport.
Huh.
Other than that, you have scheduled meal times, and you got classes. You got free time.
Huh. Yeah, and you guys, it works more like a campus, right? Because you stayed there.
Yeah, it works like a college campus. Like, we're on a college schedule. So we got, like, wake up at 6, drill at 7, and then breakfast at 7, drill at 8, classes at 9, through 12, got lunch, classes again, 1 to 4, sports at 4, 5:30, we start getting ready for dinner at 6, dinner from 6 to 7:30, depending on the day of the week, we got something called, like, new cadet testing, where you would have to take a series of 6 to 7 tests to get recognized. That would go till 8:45. And then on, it's your time. Like, to do whatever the fuck you want.
Huh. That's interesting.
Like you could go get your phone, your computer, and work on stuff, or you could just like chill out. For what I know, they got a lot more strict this year.
Oh, did they?
Oh yeah, last year returning cadets could have their own phones. This year, nobody can.
See, I can't really say anything about that because this year in Frederick County Public Schools, it was kind of the same thing, where you're not supposed to have your phone like any schools at all. Like if they see it, it's an immediate write up. It's supposed to be.
Boo hoo! I got written up. What are you gonna do about it? Mine's a medical device.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even think about that because some people need their phone for certain things. Like,
Yeah.
it's not like an option, they need it. So that's kind of crappy for some people. But if you're, these younger people that don't need it and they're just trying to goof off, I completely understand that. Because, I can't count how many times I saw people my age just not giving a shit and just on their phones. And I'm like, dude, like, what? It is not that hard to put your phone away for like 2 seconds to do some work. Oh, yeah, especially because, like, I was one of those kids where I finished my work pretty quickly, I felt like most of the time. So I had a lot of free time because I would be done early because I was just quick. So,
Yeah.
but I mean, even though I went to like public school and not military school, my high school experience was still not completely normal, considering the fact that when I started, it was in COVID. I guess we both started in COVID, but you were already at that point in military school, and so that's the other thing. Is it all on the same campus ground? It's like middle and high school is on the same grounds?
Yep.
Huh. Is the earliest middle school, or is there like elementary school, or is it just middle school and high school?
Well, now they used to have elementary schoolers. There used to be fifth graders.
Huh. That's interesting.
Now it's eighth grade and above.
Huh. Oh, so it's only 8th grade and above. Huh.
Well, yeah, they still have some middle schoolers, but those are some returning from last school year.
Oh, okay. Huh.
One of my buddies that actually goes there currently, my friend Marcus, he's been appearing on a couple of my streams recently, but since he's back at school, he can't do that anymore.
Huh. Yeah. Well, I was gonna say, suffice to say, anyone that started in 2020 did not have a normal experience because it was really weird. It took some getting used to.
Yeah.
Especially because we were in the middle of 8th grade whenever everything got shut down. Like it was in March, I think, whenever that everything got shut down and we had to switch to all virtual. I hated that shit, dude. Oh my god. I hated the virtual learning because I'm one of those people where I can learn something and I can learn it pretty quickly. I'm pretty easily adaptable or whatever. But written down instructions versus if I could speak English versus like showing me how to do it. Dude, if you show me how to do it, that's going to be so much easier for me to learn. I can't do written down instructions. I don't know what it is about them. I can't do it. I don't know if it's my ADHD or just the way that I learn. I can't do it unless if someone shows me how to do it and then I'm like, "Oh, okay, I can do that." But yeah. I was going to say yeah, so cuz 8th grade, the rest of it at least was graded on participation pretty much. Like if you showed up for the streams, you were good.
Yeah.
And then if I remember correctly, my freshman year, it was obviously masks whenever we were in person, but it was like a hybrid learning. So we would go a couple days in the week, and then there was like one day where we did virtual learning. And and the other thing they took away during that, which it's not a problem anymore, but whenever it was virtual learning and shit, they took away our fucking snow days. There was no snow days because we still had to do virtual meetings or whatever.
Oh, damn, we got snow days. Plenty of them. We had a big-ass snowball fight on campus. We made a giant snowball over on the football field.
Not us.
And that's good for like 3 months.
Yeah. Nope, not us. We still had to attend school. We had to do like virtual meetings and shit, and it was fucking, I hated it because I was like, I'm a kid, right? Like at that point I was like, what, 14, 15 years old? And I was just like, I shouldn't have to give up my snow days just because of this fucking pandemic.
I mean, like, I attended very high air quotes attended class, but they didn't really give a shit if we, like, they just cared that we were in class. A lot of us just played video games or watched YouTube during that time.
Yeah.
I know my ass was always watching I watched Batman a lot.
Yeah. I mean, who doesn't like Batman? He's cool. But, yeah, that was freshman year. I think, sophomore year was a little bit better because we went back to the normal schedule of going every day. It wasn't like, because I think, so freshman year, it was Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday we went, and then Wednesday was virtual learning. So, but then after sophomore year, I moved, so I was at a completely different school for my junior and senior years. So that was definitely interesting, especially considering the fact that James Wood was under construction while I was going there, so that wasn't normal either.
I mean, like, it still is.
Yeah.
It still is.
Yeah, it's still weird. It's still weird because, like, so junior year, it was whatever, or, like, I had gotten used to it by the end of the year, but then senior year, dude, it was so different because they had worked on it over the summer. So it was different. But, yep. Gotta love, good old high school experiences. Thank God we're done with that. Now we just have to fucking adult.
It exists.
Yep, gotta pay taxes. Go to work. Yup. Alrighty. So, I guess that's enough for that topic. I'm just trying to think of something else we could talk about. You got anything on your mind?
I have nothing.
Nothing? Yeah.
I'm thinking about work tonight.
Oh, work tonight. Do you start work tonight?
I'm talking about stream.
Oh, stream. Yup.
I consider streaming my job right now.
I mean, that's fair. Especially considering yours is a little bit more professional than mine is. Mine is just like sporadic, just like whenever.
Well, I'm trying to get it fully off the ground, so I'm trying to do it every single day.
Yeah.
We may change up the schedule here.
Yeah.
One sec. My dad just called. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay.
What's up? Alright, I'm back.
Alrighty. Everything okay?
Yeah.
Cool, okay. Just want to make sure. Oh, so, yeah, that was high school. And I think high school was like, which I guess is a normal thing, but like high school was the only time I ever experienced anything like like the romance genre?
I didn't experience any of that in high school.
I mean, I barely did. It was like minimal, pretty much. Because there was the first girlfriend, which, you know, neither one of us really want to talk about.
Yeah.
That was just ugh. No bueno. That was anti bueno, that situation.
Yeah.
And then, which, I mean, if I don't know, would you really consider that like an actual? Because number one, it was all virtual. Number two, it only lasted like what, a month? So.
Yeah.
But I can't even say anything about that because my second one, even though it didn't last as long, I there was more connection, I felt like, with my second one. Because, I mean, you remember, whenever we broke up, I was devastated. Like, I was crushed, dude.
Yep.
Because I don't know, with her, there was just, like, this connection that I had never felt with anyone. Which I know sounds crazy considering I was, what, a junior? I think I was a junior at that point.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I was a junior at that point. Because that was in the year of 22. Yep, I was a junior because that was right around the time the shit that happened with Jesse.
Yeah.
So, yep, I was a junior. But, yeah. Because, I don't know, have I talked to you really? I know I've kind of talked to you bits and pieces about her, but, so, just trying to find a way to, talk about this. So, her and I mean, we knew that we went to the same school or whatever, and we had, like, hung out a little bit, and for a while, but it wasn't until we, like, exchanged phone numbers and was, like, talking to each other that way, that we really, like, clicked. Like, I'm not even joking, that first night of us texting each other, that's when we, like, confessed that we liked each other and started dating. So
Generally how that goes.
yeah, I just remember thinking, wow, I can't believe that was just like, you know, like I had an inkling that maybe the feeling was mutual, but to have her confirm that or whatever was just crazy to me.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, and it was different with her because since we went to the same school or whatever, we were able to see each other in person, and also because of mutual connections or whatever. But that was a long time ago. That was 2 years ago. Wait, I guess no, still technically 2 years because that was November of 22, and this is only January of 25, so still technically 2 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, that's actually funny enough. That is the last time that I have dated someone. Because there have been, love interests or whatever, but not really any motivation to do anything. Oh, besides, the girl I went to prom with in 23. That was a whole mess, dude. Holy shit, dude. I mean, my relationship with her, it wasn't really a relationship. I think that's what you would call a situationship, not an actual relationship.
Yeah.
It was like a will they or won't they kind of thing. Because it was just so much back and forth, dude. I hated that. So, even though I was really close with her too, and we honestly probably saw each other more than me and Taylor did, it was still a whole, like, I don't know. It still made me feel, like, really bad because I knew somewhere in my heart I had a feeling that it wasn't going to happen. Like, Like, you're just like, even though it was a back and forth thing, something in my heart, I was just like, I don't know if I like the way that this makes me feel. I don't know if you probably understand that, right?
I do.
Yeah. I think a lot of people probably relate to that, where it's just like, on the verge of being together, but not quite there yet, and then teetering back and forth on that line.
Yeah.
Especially with people asking, like, are you guys dating yet? Why aren't you together yet? So, that also added some turmoil into it. People asking, like, oh, are you guys dating? No, we're not, so stop asking. But, yeah. So, suffice to say, neither one of us have really had good experiences in the romance.
Relationship category.
Yeah, nope. Nope.
Yeah. It is what it is, though. We gotta move on.
Yup. I mean, I have. I just, it's still something that I remember, and that's actually one of my, more rememberable moments, just because of how fucking god awful I felt after each breakup and every, like, falling out or whatever. Which is, honestly kind of depressing to say, but I mean, it's the truth, so.
Yeah.
But thankfully, it's done. It's over. I don't have to deal with it anymore. Case closed. Open a new chapter or whatever.
Yeah.
Oy. So, I don't know. Is there anything else that really has been piquing your interest lately?
I don't really know. I've just been kind of living, to be honest.
Just been living. Yeah, yeah. It's yeah. I think that's all I've really been doing. I mean, I'll occasionally, like, do stuff with my family and stuff. And I know that I've invited you to a couple things, and you've been here a couple times.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's been pretty much video games, work, and sleep. And that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, what else is there to do whenever, you gotta make money. As sad as it is, that's the world we live in. You gotta make that bread, otherwise you living on the streets.
Pretty much.
Especially with, like, inflation and stuff, and things are getting so much more expensive, dude. And I've seen it firsthand, and even though it's not something that's, like, that big of a deal or whatever, one of the products where I work at, which I'm not mentioning by name, by the way, just because I don't want to put that out publicly or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But the Andes Mountain chocolates or whatever. Like,
I've never heard of them.
You've never heard of them? They're kind of like rectangular York patties, except the mint part is actually green instead of it being a white filling or whatever. It's another mint chocolate food or whatever, candy. But yeah, that at one point was like $1.99, and here recently I saw it and it's like $2.29 now, and I'm like, damn.
Good grief.
Yeah, it's definitely. I mean, things are pretty pricey where I work. I mean, or they can be. It really depends on what you're going to get. Because some stuff is reasonable, but then there's other stuff where it's like I could literally go next door and get it for cheaper. But for me, sometimes that's not an option, especially if I'm, like, starving while I'm on the clock. I'm just like, I have to get something to eat, dude. So, but other than that, I can't really complain much. It's a nice first job. My coworkers are nice, so that's great. They're very very nice people, my coworkers. Especially my boss. My boss is very nice. Sometimes I feel like she's, I don't know, nicer than what I would probably be. considering what she has to deal with some of the things that she's dealt with. But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, if there's nothing else you really want to talk about, I guess that'll do for this episode.
Yeah.
You got some any final remarks to add in?
I don't know. Am I allowed to plug my Twitch?
Yeah, sure. Plug your Twitch, buddy.
Twitch.tv/JohnnyBoyGinger. Well, it's Johnny Boy Ginger.
Yeah, baby. Go follow that Twitch. And then I'm DullDeadpool. Well, I guess it would be the same for, as far as Twitch, it would be the same. But YouTube, I don't know if they have like a quick thing, because that's where my main following is.
You could add a link on your Twitch for that.
Oh yeah, I do have a link on my Twitch for that. Duh. I actually designed some stuff for the links on my
Nice.
Yeah, I use like Canva or some shit like that, and I made it the same theme as my profile icon and stuff. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Go ahead, go check that out too, I guess. It's gonna be different though. It's gonna be twitch.tv/ the Twisted Meme Guy until I change it back to DullDeadpool, because whenever I changed it, I didn't realize that changed your actual like username too. I thought it was just...
You have your username and then the display name.
Yep, it's the same. I didn't realize that. I thought you could do like a different username, because on YouTube you can, but you can't on Twitch. And you gotta wait like fucking 3 months before you can change your name back. So...
Womp womp.
Yeah, womp womp. But, yup. That will be it for now. Goodbye. Say goodbye.
Bye-bye, monkeys. That's racist.